everybody. Welcome back to another story time from the Twinsburg Public Library. Today's story time is all about flowers and the beautiful things we'll see this spring. But before we get started, we should say hello to each other. So how about today? Let's say hello as quiet as we can. Let's see how quietly we can say it. Ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as quiet as we can. So quiet, like a flower, right? So quiet I couldn't even hear you. Let's see. Does anybody know what the opposite of quiet is? That's right. It's loud. Let's be as loud as we can. Ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as loud as we can. Hello! Hello, everybody. I'm so excited to see you here for our flowers and spring story time. Let's see. Oh, before I get started reading, I've got to make sure my voice is ready for all those words and all the singing we'll do later. Let's sing our ABCs all together. Really make sure I'm ready to go. Ready? We'll go A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Nice job, everybody. Now I know my voice is warmed up and ready to go for our first story. And this story is one of my favorites. It's pretty new. It's called The Golden Glow by Benjamin Flouw. So let's see. Let's see how our story begins. Every evening, sitting in his armchair, Fox likes to leaf through old botany books, looking for the next new plant to add to his collection. Ooh, if he's looking for plants to collect, does anybody have any guesses what botany might mean? That's right, it means plants. So he likes to study and collect plants. What's this? He says, a page with no picture. The golden glow is a plant from the well-hidden family. It is very rare and only grows high in the mountains. No specimen has ever been described. This sounds like a fabulously fascinating flower. Tomorrow, I'm off to the mountain in search of it. Before bedtime, Fox gets his backpack ready, making sure not to forget all the things you need for a good adventure, right? A map to tell us where we're going, a snack, a notebook, a pencil, a waterproof jacket, a warm sleeping bag, a hat with 2 holes for his ears. He is a fox. A full bottle of water, a flashlight, a compass, a small tent. He needs a lot of things for his adventure. The sun isn't even up yet, but Fox is ready. He has a long day's walk ahead of him. With his trusty compass and map in hand, there's no danger that he'll get lost. He knows just where he's going. The forest is quiet and peaceful first thing in the morning. Only a few birds are awake and chirping. Fox studies the plants and trees that line the path. They're all ones he's seen before. He knows the name of each tree he walks under. Here's a fir tree. This one's a beech tree. There's an oak, and that one's a spruce. Next is the ash tree, then the famous maple, and last is the sturdy larch. As he nears a riverbank, Fox catches sight of Bear leisurely fishing for salmon. Good morning, Bear. Maybe you can help me. I'm on the hunt for the golden glow, a fabulously fascinating flower. I don't know what it looks like, but I do know it's very rare. Every day I come to the river to fish, and every day I see some flowers. Most of them are beautiful, but none of them are rare. You should talk to Marmot. She knows all of the mountain's plants. She is not easy to find. Fox looks under slabs of rock, inside hollow stumps, and in old earthen burrows. But no Marmot. Where can she be hiding? Where could she be? Well, it's almost noon and Fox is hungry. He sits on a fallen log and pulls one of his sandwiches out of his backpack. A snout pokes out from the bush across the way, followed by 2 pointy ears. Its nostrils sniff the air for a whiff of the irresistible sandwich. Fox recognizes his cousin Wolf right away and invites him over to share his snack. "I've never seen the Golden Glow, Fox, but I do know where to find Marmot. As soon as I'm done with this delicious sandwich, I'll take you to her. I'm as hungry as a wolf." I think it's because he is a wolf. After a long trek through the forest, Fox and Wolf finally reach a large, steep clearing dotted with flowers of every color. Maybe one of them will be the Golden Glow. Let's see. No need for an encyclopedia here. Fox can name all of them. Anemones, purple saxifrage, violets, veronica, moss campion, mountain sorrel, forget-me-nots, butterwort, and mountain avens. No Golden Glow. Placing a long blade of grass split down the middle onto his lips, Wolf lets out a shrill whistle, and Marmot pops out from behind a rock. There she is. She's so small I almost didn't see her there on the page. There she is. "The Golden Glow," she says. "Yes, I have seen it. Beautiful, unforgettable, but rare. You have to climb right to the top, to the summit of the mountain." Fox sets off again, leaving Wolf and Marmot behind. He walks quickly, excited to be so close to his goal at last. Little by little, billowing clouds fill the sky. Fox climbs so high that he finds himself stumbling through a dense fog. Suddenly, a strange shape looms into view. What do you think that strange shape could be? Oh boy, I don't know. It is a strange shape. Oh, phew, it's Mountain Goat balanced on a boulder reading a book. "There's no point in going any higher, Fox. Nothing grows at that altitude. But if you're bound and determined, take this walking stick to help." What a nice friend. Fox has already climbed a good portion of the mountain, but the hardest is yet to come. He has to go through all these different parts of the mountain. Are you ready? At the very bottom, he went through the foothill zone. Then he climbed up to the montane zone, then to the subalpine zone, then to the alpine zone, and then up to the snow zone, all the way up to the top where there was snow still on the mountain, even in the spring. Even so, Fox doesn't get discouraged, and soon he's made his way out of the clouds to be greeted by the sun. But he finds not a single flower on the summit. Nothing but rocks and snow. Do flowers usually grow in the snow? I don't think so. It makes sense to me that he didn't find any flowers on the summit with all that snow. The day is fast drawing to a close. Fox has to hurry up to set camp up before nightfall. He has to get his tent ready so he doesn't get chilly overnight. Once he's pitched his tent and rolled out his sleeping bag, Fox sits himself down to watch the sunset. As he lays his walking stick on the ground, he feels something brush against his paw. Wow! Hidden under the snow is a fabulously fascinating flower. It must be the Golden Glow. Just as he reaches over to pick the flower, Fox changes his mind. Why do you think Fox changed his mind? What made him stop and think about picking the flower? Let's see. This Golden Glow is more beautiful here on the mountaintop than it would ever be in a vase in his living room, he thought. Fox opens his backpack and pulls out his notebook and pencil. What do you think he'll do with that notebook and pencil? Then, studying the plant from every angle, he begins to draw. His pencil takes note of every detail, every little part of a flower, like stem and pistil and stamens. Every little part. He didn't miss one little bit. Back home the next day, he'll put all of his drawings into his botany book, so that in the evening, sitting in his armchair, he will never forget just how fabulously fascinating his Golden Glow is, high up on the mountaintop. Wow, if Fox had picked that flower, I think it wouldn't have lasted very long, right? But if he draws it and keeps that picture of it safe in his botany book, that means he can look at his Golden Glow for as long as he would like. Well, Fox certainly loves his flowers, and I love flowers too. But maybe you can help me sing a little song about someone else who loves flowers more than anybody. It is a bee. Bees love flowers. Let's see how many flowers this bee gets to play with and maybe munch on today. Let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers. Let's see. Does anybody know where flowers grow? Do they grow under the water? No. Do they grow in outer space? No. Do they grow in the ground? They do. They grow in the ground, right? So let's see if this buzzing bee can find some of these flowers growing in the ground. Let's see. Excuse me. We'll sing. Let's see. 5 little flowers growing in the ground, teasing Mr. Bee, we can't be found. Along comes Mr. Bee with a buzzing sound and snaps that flower right out of the ground. What a lucky bee, a delicious flower snack. But now how many flowers do we have left? Just 4, right? We've got 4 little flowers growing in the ground, teasing Mr. Bee, we can't be found. Along comes Mr. Bee with the buzzing sound and snaps that flower right out of the ground. That lucky bee got another flower. How many do we have left now? 3, that's right. We've got 3 little flowers growing in the ground, teasing Mr. Bee, we can't be found. Along comes Mr. Bee with the buzzing sound and snaps that flower right out of the ground. Oh my goodness, Bee was so excited he almost lost 2 flowers. But speaking of 2, how many flowers do we have left? That's right, we've got 2 little flowers growing in the ground, teasing Mr. Bee, we can't be found. Along comes Mr. Bee with the buzzing sound and snaps that flower right out of the ground. Oh my goodness, we've only got 1 flower left, that's right. Got 1 little flower growing in the ground, teasing Mr. Bee, we can't be found. Along comes Mr. Bee with the buzzing sound and snaps that flower right out of the ground. That lucky bee ate 5 whole flowers. What a lucky friend. And perfect that spring is here so Bee can finally have all those yummy flowers. Well, since Bee ate all of our flowers, maybe you can help me grow some new flowers. This story is called Plant the Tiny Seed by Christy Matheson. And if we read the story right together, I think we can make some flowers grow. Let's see. Let's see how to start. We start with a teeny tiny little seed. And there's magic in this tiny seed. Let's press it down and count to 3. I'll press it and you help me count to 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. More seeds. Plant another, then 1 more. Press them down and count to 4. You ready? I'll press. You count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing yet. I think we might need something to help our seeds grow. Let's add some water. Ready? We'll wiggle our fingers to add some water. Well, that's enough. We don't want too much water, right? Just enough. But we don't need just water to grow flowers. We need the sun, too. That's right. Let's rub the sun to make it hotter. Can you help me? Help me out by pretending to rub the sun. Oh, we need a warm sun. Okay, it's pretty warm. Let's tap the cloud and wish for rain. Wish, wish, wish for rain. Wow, good job. We did it. Now, only need a little bit of rain. We don't want to rain too much. We need the sun back. Let's clap to bring the sun again. Let's see. We'll go 1, 2, 3. And did it work? Ah, it did. All right. Now, we need some friends to help make the soil that our flower will grow in. Did you know that worms can help us make that soil? Let's see. Do you see the worm here? It says, look for his tail. You're right. There it is. There's our worm. We need that worm to help us make the soil, but we don't want any hungry snails. We don't want that snail to eat our plants before they're ready, so we say, shoo. Shoo, snail. Ooh, it's been a long day of growing. Let's tell this little bud good night. Good night, bud. We'll see you in the morning. It says, guess what you'll see in the morning light. What do you think will happen to our seeds overnight? Let's see, what will our plants look like in the morning? Wow! Look at that. Can you point to the purple flower? There it is. Good job. Bzzz. Uh-oh, those bees. Let's tap the cloud again. Maybe some rain will chase away the bees. It's another rain shower. Whew. Our flowers are safe. Whew. Flowers are here. Let's touch the blossoms gently. Got an orange, a purple, a red. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Ooh. Well, now that our flowers are all grown up, they've got seeds of their own. Let's jiggle the plants to scatter the seeds. Just really gently. Just a little. The purple flower needs a clip. Sometimes flowers need to be clipped so that they grow even better. We'll go snip, snip. Okay, we snipped our flower. Let's see, if we close our eyes and wave our hands in the air, maybe something magic will happen. Ready? 1, 2, 3, open them up. Oh, look, there's magic everywhere. Got all of our beautiful flowers, our butterfly friends, our hummingbirds, all beautiful friends of flowers, right? Well, speaking of being a friend to flowers, I think I'd like to go outside and look for some flowers of my own. But before I do that, maybe you can help me say goodbye. We'll sing our library door song, and then maybe you'll get to go outside and look for some flowers too. Ready? We'll go, the library doors go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The library doors go open and shut. All day long, we check our books in and out, in and out, in and out. We check our books in and out all day long. Now our time is up, but we'll see you next week. See you next week. See you next week. Our time is up, but we'll see you next week at the library. Thank you so much for joining me at Storytime today, everybody. I hope you get to go outside and find some beautiful flowers. And until next time, we'll see you real soon. Bye.